Elizabeth, Countess of Low Carb, and on this episode, I'm going to talk about my 5 intermittent fasting tools for weight loss that I cannot live without. Coming up next. It's Elizabeth, Countess of Low Carb. I am so pumped to do today's intermittent fasting video, my 5 tips that I cannot live without on my fasting weight loss journey that hopefully have helped me lose 83 pounds that will hopefully help you in your weight loss journey. But first, before we go into all of these goodies, make sure you smash that like button, make sure you click subscribe, and sign up for my free weekly Wednesday weight loss email. It's my keto intermittent fast, my keto meal plan, and also intermittent fasting weight loss tips. Now let's dive in. But for, one more thing. Our poll question of the day is, what is your favorite part about intermittent fasting? I want to know. Let's talk about our favorite parts. Mine is the energy. Like I need more, but I like the energy that I get in addition to the weight loss properties. Okay, so number 1 for intermittent fasting tool I cannot live without is Epsom salt. People may be like, what the heck is she talking about? Epsom salt. So this is heavy, I'm gonna put it down. Epsom salt has magnesium in it, and we need magnesium and potassium for the ketogenic diet and for fasting. If you are getting muscle cramps, I would encourage you to take an Epsom salt bath. It will help you with it, but Epsom salt baths literally submerge my hands in water, so I don't have the capabilities to eat at night. If I'm having a late night craving, or I'm going on a 3-day fast or a 48-hour fast, I need a little something as a reward. My Epsom salt baths are my number 1 go-to. With that, a couple of things. 1, I will put down below all of the things I'm talking about, but number 1 is going to be Amazon. Usually is the cheapest for their Epsom salts. You'll notice that this is their brand that they have, the Amazon product that they sell. But Target, I always check on Target because sometimes Target's Epsom salts are cheaper than Amazon's, and you can have them shipped to your house. So I will also link the Target link below, and you can see if you're gonna purchase one, which one is less expensive. Either way, they get shipped to my house. It stinks for my postal carrier, but it's awesome for me not to have to schlep those all around. You can get those from Walmart as probably the cheapest, but I've had them explode in my car, so I no longer, like the bag breaks, so I no longer take that in my car. But for intermittent fasting, say you're doing a 16-8, having a bath at night helps me with the fast. If I start my fasting time, say at 6 o'clock, I have from like 6 to 8, 6 to 9 before my bedtime. Incorporating this intermittent fasting tool in has majorly helped with my weight loss, has majorly helped me with the healing benefits of intermittent fasting. So it's tip number 1 for your intermittent fasting tool you should have that I cannot live without. Tip number 2 is Pique Tea. Pique Tea is from Dr. Fung, the daddy of intermittent fasting. When people say they don't know who Dr. Fung is, I'm like, it's like saying you don't know who the Jolly Green Giant is. Like, Ella is like a staple. Like, Dr. Fung is the daddy of intermittent fasting and created this formula with Pique Tea. So these packets, they're green tea, which does not stop your fast. It does not stop your autophagy. There's the matcha tea, and then they have a new cinnamon one that has just come out. Some people are like, oh, this is so pricey. But if you're not eating, you can take that money and invest in better products, right? Like, I've literally cut my grocery bill a tremendous amount by not eating through intermittent fasting, so I can afford things such as these cool Pique Tea packets that travel really well, and they have different flavors. I love their fasting ones because Dr. Fung helped formulate them, and of course they're triple checked to make sure there's not molds and toxins. Apparently a lot of tea has that. So you could buy a generic green tea, great if finances are a problem, but I would encourage you, you're gonna save a ton of money with intermittent fasting and start putting that money towards better quality products. Tip number 3 for my intermittent fasting tools that I cannot live without is, that sounds really weird, is this guy. This guy's my $6, $7, $8 tool from Amazon. It mixes my, it sounds really funny. I don't know why I'm laughing so much. This thing, okay, so it's down in the description link below. It mixes my coffee with my high fats or my teas. If you have, you can do Pique Teas hot or cold. You can mix some hot tea, put some butter in there, put some different high fat sources in. I cannot stop laughing. Focus, Elizabeth. Okay, I'm focused. This helps and it makes it frothy, and I like it. My husband frequently will use it for his protein drinks. I don't drink protein drinks. I'd rather have real food. But this thing will make it frothy. I used to, if you go back in the Countess of Low Carb vault, have a huge immersion blender, and literally the hot coffee shot me in the eye. Go check out that video. It's pretty funny. It's on camera of me getting shot in the eye with like scalding hot coffee. So this guy's better. He's smaller, he's better, and he's only like $6. So buy everyone in your family one for their stocking stuffer for Christmas, because even if they're not doing keto or intermittent fasting, getting your fats in, it's a great way. Like, you'll need it. You will need it. I mark my words, in the next 2 weeks in your kitchen, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, Countess of Low Carb said I needed that frother. That's right. So it's down in the description link below. So that was number 3. So number 4, I'm gonna take a bonus one that's not in there, is my intermittent fasting and keto meal plan. Make sure you sign up for that down in the description link below. See, look, it's colorful. It's colorful. Number 4 for my intermittent fasting tools I cannot live without is my Soda Stream. Deep breath. I love my Soda Stream. I used to get Perrier and Pellegrino shipped to our house from Amazon. We would get 5 cases, which I know is ridiculous, shipped to our house each month, but it really helped me with intermittent fasting. I found, though, our area stopped recycling as much with new recycling rules in place. So I felt badly not being able to recycle all of those bottles. We started using glass reusable bottles through Soda Stream. The Aqua Fizzy, I'll put the model down below, is the only one that is a glass bottle, which you can simply just wash in the dishwasher. The other ones are plastic bottles that they have that you cannot wash in the dishwasher, but I got the one that is glass bottles. I use my little boy, he's 4, fizzy water. We use our fizzy water, we use our sparkling water all the time. All the time. I use it. It's like one of my staples. Again, it's the tool I cannot live without on intermittent fasting, because literally the bubbles feel like diet soda. I used to drink, I'm embarrassed to say this, 6 Diet Cokes a day at one point back in the day. No wonder I was obese. And so now switching to having this is nice to have the bubbles with it. It tastes good to me. Of course, during an intermittent fasting, I'm not going to squeeze a ton of lime into my drinks, because that, like, I don't want to potentially anyway interrupt the autophagy going on. But when I'm not fasting during my eating windows, I'll mix mint, lime in with this. It's so good. Like, it's so good. Really, I'm a different person. I was just thinking back to drinking those Diet Cokes all the time and now making fizzy water with like mint. Who am I? I'm a person who's trying to lose weight and take really good care of my temple. That's what I'm trying to do. So we had our intermittent fasting tools that I cannot live without. Number 1 was Epsom salts. Number 2 is my Pique Tea by Dr. Fung. Number 3 was my Frother. Number 4 was my Soda Stream, and number 5, rounded it back out again with Dr. Fung, Dr. Jason Fung, is his book, The Complete Guide to Fasting. I highly recommend it if you're new to fasting, or if you're a seasoned faster, get the book. It's a really, really good book. If anything, go check out his free podcasts, his YouTubes. He's got a great blog, the IDM. I did an interview with Megan Ramos, also to a part 2 series with her. She is Dr. Fung's partner. We have tons of free resources in addition to their paid stuff, but Dr. Fung's book from Amazon, I will link it below. I would hold it, but my little 4-year-old hid it from me. So where it is, I'm not quite sure, but I would recommend getting it and making sure that you read it, because it talks a lot about his other book too, is the Obesity Code. That would be the second book I would also suggest reading, about people who get into this, like, I didn't know. We've been fed so many lies about eat 6 meals a day, and like, that's why we're the fattest we've ever been in the history of like the human race. It's been fascinating hearing the science behind it, about the 2016 Nobel Prize winner who went off of autophagy from fasting. Like, Dr. Fung's got the information. He's got the information, and he is continuously testing it with his current patients. He helps kidney patients, and so his story is really unique because he does this on a daily basis in Canada. And I trust the science behind that versus like, well, I'll keep my opinions to myself. I trust what he says in his Complete Guide to Fasting book, which will be down in the description link below. I think there might even be an Amazon Audible edition too. I'll link that too for the links in it. So those are my 5 intermittent fasting tools. The question of the day, our poll again was, what is the thing, like your favorite thing from fasting? The favorite benefit that you get from fasting, your fasting benefit. Mine is the energy. Probably have way too much. So those are my favorite ones that are like my go-to ride or die. try for a 16-8 and 18-6 with intermittent fasting to help me with my fasting times. And from intermittent fasting to doing prolonged fast, like a 3-day fast, I'm trying to work past a 75-hour fast, and my highest fasting time is over 76 hours. So that's it. That's my jam, friends. Again, if you like this video, click like, click subscribe, and sign up for my free weekly Wednesday weight loss. It's my free gift to you. There's no reason when people say finances inhibit them. Hello, fasting does not inhibit you because you don't have to pay for anything. And my meal plan is free, and so you don't have to pay for that either. You just have to open it. So I do scrub the list if you haven't gotten your meal plan recently. Re-sign up because I'm probably deleted you off the list if you haven't opened my email. I do keep that list current since it's a paid service for me, and it's free for you, but it's paid for me. So I do clean up that list if people aren't opening my emails. I think that's it. I've rambled on enough. Too much energy. I'm gonna go get some soda stream. Make it a powerful day. Bye, guys.